Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Perry Show. You may have seen him on The Tonight Show, America's Got Talent, The Late Late Show, and many other shows as well. And yes, ladies, you love this. He's also an ex-male stripper. Please welcome to the stage, Mr. Perry Kurtz!
Very nice. Let's just let it ride over us for a second. Turn my volume down a little. Not that volume.
Oh,
Vederman.
what did we say you were? You were two. You're two.
That one. Perfect.
Is that good?
Perfect.
Yeah. Ooh, baby, now
Let's just sit in
let
it.
it run over the sound.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh yeah.
welcome to a very sad episode
It's so very sad.
of This, That, and the Other
Oh yeah.
on the Binge on This network.
Binge on this baby.
Today we're going to be saluting a great man, a man that we had the pleasure of working with and hosting a show with on this channel. Perry Kurtz, who you guys know from Happy News with Perry Kurtz on the Binge on This channel, and just from, our podcast, and probably one of the first people we ever interviewed, me and Sam did when we were in town. But Perry Kurtz, this past week was murdered, accidentally taken down by a young man in a vehicle, and he was crossing the street and he got killed.
Yep.
And so we lost Perry Kurtz. He was 71 years old. And today's episode is dedicated in all its musical tones, in all its musical improvisational quality. It's dedicated to Perry, because without Perry, there wouldn't be this, So, this is the dedication portion of the podcast. To the far left of me, I have Danny, the Vanilla Gorilla Archila. He's got to hit Vederman has to help hit the buttons. I don't want Danny touching anything. He's going to jack it all up.
How's it going,
You're
everybody?
the music guy. Danny's going to be doing the music for
I
us
jack
today.
everything up.
In the middle is Zach, the audio maniac. As always, and I am your host, the real _Bryan TV. Bryan TV, the main man himself. Welcome to This, That, and the Other.
Oh yeah. Prepare your
So, let's get into it. I'd like to start off. We're going to go down the line, and I want everybody to say a roast about Perry, and then a nice thing about Perry. Because we're not going to get a chance to roast him on his birthday like we did every year. So,
Right.
Very true.
if you'd like to
Very
put on
true.
some roast music, DJ Danny.
Okay, some roast music. I'll
DJ Vanilla Gorilla.
I'll do.
That is good. I do like that.
I'll do some roast
It
music.
is a good one, isn't it?
It's a good.
Perry
it's a good
was Perry was a great guy, man. I look back at a lot of the footage that we had recorded. As far back as like 2019, 2020, and the magnitude of how long it is that I've known Perry. But very interesting choice, Danny. I like it.
It's crunk music.
roast rap.
It's roast rap. Okay, I like it.
So a nice thing and a not so nice thing.
Roast
Yeah.
rap sounds like a delicious meal.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right,
Roast, like butt roast.
Like a roast, but
wrapped.
you wrapped it in like bacon or
Yeah,
something.
it's fire, dude. A little tomato, some mayo, a little fat baby mayo.
There
Brian,
you go,
why
there
don't
go.
you kick us off in this
All right.
dedication to our
gonna
fallen
roast-
friend Perry Kurtz?
Gonna roast Danny or Perry first.
Let it run, Danny.
Yeah. Turn me up. That's perfect. That's perfect. Oh, you have to do instrumentals. Hit him with the horn. Typical, bro. Always put instrumentals in the epidemic when you search. Perry taught me. Okay, here's my first roast. Perry was the only guy who had the softest skin in the world, but never got anyone to touch it. Like, he had very soft skin. Like, and he never smelled like an old guy. He just had soft skin. I have pictures of when I went to go and pick him up from his like colonoscopy or something like that, and he was completely knocked out.
Oh yeah, whipped after.
Whipped out, looked like a dead man. Like I kept telling him, I was like, "This is what you're gonna look like when you're dead." But his skin was so fucking soft, dog. Like, and I remember because I had to hold his hand to like help lift him out of the car because it was his hip surgery.
Right.
And I was like, "Wow, this motherfucker got soft skin." And then I was like, "Bitches, they'll never touch this.
They'll never know.
They'll never know how soft
This is instrumental. So, you know.
Thank you, Dan.
Hey, we believe in you, Danny.
Thank you for letting us know that you
You
did
can turn
the
it
thing
up on
we
your
asked.
phone, Danny.
Yeah, make sure your volume is
Nice. All right, Danny. What? Now your turn to roast Perry.
Okay, well. Barry Kurtz always had a hand in catching the ladies, by which I mean he would always bring home ladies by stuffing his hand up their pussies and grabbing them on the way down.
Huh.
How he brings ladies home.
He picks them up like a suitcase by their
Like a
jumbo,
ventriloquist
Like
dummy.
their
That's what
oven
he's
mitts.
saying.
Like their oven mitts.
Okay, I like that.
oven mitts.
And then what's a good thing about Perry? I mean, that was a good thing about Perry.
Yeah, that was
so
a
I'm
good
not
thing. Here's my joke. No, I think my favorite thing about Perry was how he was just not somebody that would judge you, no matter how long it's been since you last seen him. You know, like comics have their good weeks, they have their bad weeks, and sometimes on your bad weeks you don't perform as much. So then when you do come back, people kind of clown you. They're like, "Where the fuck have you been?" But not Perry. He would be like, "Oh, Danny, it's been. I can't remember the last time I've seen you." And I say, "I saw you last Sunday." He's like, "Oh, okay. Well, then that's been 2 times this week. Let's see if you can beat the record next week. See
Okay.
me 3
There you go.
times." You know, and
That's classic.
I think besides that, he always maintained a good original spirit. He was so funny.
Yeah.
I still think about that time we went to go do karaoke at the Oaks Tavern, and he chose the song Tequila as his karaoke song.
Yeah.
And he did the best. Everybody loved his performance.
Oh, it was great, man.
Yeah.
A lot of the people that showed up at the memorial yesterday were like old karaoke women.
Right.
Like
Yeah, there
drunk,
was a
old
good
karaoke
chunk of 'em.
shorties like
There's
that.
a good chunk of them.
You know, there was a bartender, a relatively young bartender who stood up and she was dressed like Perry. She had Perry pants on and Perry
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
things on, and she was
The
like,
suspenders, maybe?
yeah, and she was like, yeah, like Perry was my, I've known Perry for a long time. She's like, Perry's the love of my life. Like, he was wonderful. And it's
Cute
like,
shit.
you hear stuff like that, and it's like, oh man, it's not just comedians, it's like, there's a lot of people.
He affected a lot of people in this town, and it makes sense after. I mean, what he was out here since
the 80s.
late 70s too, right?
I mean, he was here early 70s, he was in San Diego, and then from San Diego he came up to California or to Los Angeles.
Did he spend time in the Bay Area?
Yeah, he was in San Francisco. Or rather, sorry, you're right. He was in San Francisco, not San Diego, and then he came from San Francisco down
Yeah.
to Los Angeles.
That was made evident in his TV debut on The Love Connection.
Yeah. Oh yeah. His Love Connection bit. People love his Love Connection bit, dude. Cigarettes and beer
I like drinking beer.
is one of
and
Danny's
smoking
fucking favorite
cigarettes.
songs. Perry was a guy. He was a cool dude.
He was a friend to all.
And I think people took a lot of credit, or not credit, but they took Perry for granted.
There you go. Yeah.
I think a lot of people, especially as we get older, even my grandparents and stuff like that. Like my grandma died, and your grandma died, and his grandma died, and everybody's grandma died, and every time that grandma dies, most of the time, if you're living away from home, you're like, oh fuck, I should have called my grandma. Like I should have called my grandma
I just
more.
took it seriously.
Look at that, he respects the code.
I didn't even know he had hit it.
Yeah, grandma dies, and then it's like, fuck, I should have talked to them more. Like I should have, done this more. And
One
it's
last phone call.
every single time, and it's
Yeah.
you only get 4 grandparents, right? Like if you're lucky, right? If you get a divorce or something, your parents remarry, it's like more grandparents that you theoretically get to say goodbye to. But originally, there's 4 grandparents. It's 2 and 2. So it's like you have a limited amount of time and numbers with those people, before they fucking kick it too. So it's like, I don't know.
Have all 4 when you were born? Do you have memories of all 4? Because when I was born, my grandfathers were both already dead, so I only knew my grandmothers.
Well, my mom's dad was dead when I was born. Her mom was alive, and then she died from cancer. My mom Yolanda. And then my biological dad, his parents were alive, my mami mona and my papi puchis. And then they died, which is always like a huge regret of mine too, you know?
Yeah.
That I never got the chance to go back out there and like, you know,
what's up and
reconnect
hang
with
them
them.
a little bit. Yeah.
My grandparents, I was able to know them all. So,
Oh, that's cool.
So it's
Just rub it in our face.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If it's like, it's 1 out of 3 people have that experience, I guess. But it's,
I mean, I'd
based
say,
off
yeah.
of our very limited focus group, I
Yeah.
guess that's the statistic we're going
Yeah, if we were to include that in our Nobel Peace Prize research, like,
yeah. I think they'd let that slide.
But you know what I think is cool is that like, I just like talking to people in their later years because they have so much wisdom and so much empathy, and they're also just so chill. Like every older comedian I know in the LA scene, they're cool people.
Okay, but like, who's like the old, besides, excluding Perry, who would you say is the
I
oldest
mean, Perry was
person
the
you know
oldest
right now?
guy I knew. in
That's what I'm
comedy.
saying.
Other than Snow, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Snow was
It's-
pretty
he's like
fucking,
the
he
oldest.
passed first.
Yeah,
so.
Dana Snow was pretty old.
pretty fucking old.
Yeah.
But when you really get down to it, it's like Perry was probably one of the oldest guys in our whole scene from everywhere.
Do you know what's going on with Marty?
Oh, I haven't talked to Marty.
I haven't seen Marty.
I haven't seen Marty
since I think I might have seen him one time post pandemic.
What, like a spotlight? Because I seen him at a Spotlight Sunday show. He was there.
I mean, it might have. It had to have been the store. It had to have been the store at some point. But yeah.
But Marty's not
'Cause-
old. I mean, he's like mid-age. I don't think he's old.
What?
Isn't he? He's like only like
thought he was.
64.
I thought at least he was 60 something back when I started in 2019. So he's got to be, 5 years later.
Alright,
He's got
I
to be
think
at
the point
least
is-
70
Yeah,
now.
we're talking about the people in Virginia that are listening to us don't really know.
Yeah, we got to get back to Perry.
Legendary comedy people.
The point is
in
that
the scene.
is that Perry
Well, because Marty had a spot for so fucking long, and it was a great spot. You can go and do shit, and I don't know. That was like my first mic.
Here's the
Was
thing,
Marty's
right?
room, and then it shut down, and his shit went over to the woods. Or,
Here's the real fucking truth.
Sycamore Tavern.
Veteran, sorry. God damn it. Perry's name was on the wall. This
Yeah.
same here's the fucking plain truth, bro. Is Perry Kurtz is too good for us, dog. He was too good for us. Perry Kurtz was a guy who if he had wanted to do this right, had wanted to change who he was as a comedian and do whatever. I have one. Danny. This motherfucker is like the short. We just watched Jumper. Could you put some Jumper music on, please? We just watched fucking Jumper.
Please don't.
And Shorty in the
Don't do
Jumper
it.
movie keeps asking questions and shit. And she's like, what's going on? What's happening?
Well, where are we going? Why?
She just watched some
why
dude
are we doing
jump
that?
through
Isn't that
thin
locked?
air, and she keeps
Yeah.
asking fucking questions.
Shorty got questions. We're supposed to be,
Perry was too good for us, man. Like, he went, raised a family, came back, had an had a few times at the store, where he was back in the main room. Like, Perry got to perform in the main room and did it without having to do anything crazy, It was like just simply being Perry. So really, it's like how many of those types of people who have their name on the wall or have that, that level of it, it's like, they're not hanging out with us. Even if they were so fucking bummed and so fucking old, even if they were so fucking bummed and so fucking old, like, they're not out here fucking banging with us. Like, they're not out here, and I'm saying
I would
say
say Earl is probably one of the few guys that does that.
Earl.
Skakel?
Oh, yeah.
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 He's one of the few guys who's passed who still goes to the mics and is still hanging out in the underground scene.
I mean, there's a
to, see
handful
what's
of
going
them,
on. I know, but he's I would say he's one of the bigger ones.
Barry
that pops in
Sobel
my
does
head.
that as well. Fucking
Yeah, that's true. Barry's on the wall.
Cha-Cha does that.
Cha-Cha's not on the wall.
She was the first Latina comic to get past the store, wasn't she?
The Cha-Cha at the store, the lady last night, that Cha-Cha?
Yeah. Do you not know that?
Really?
What?
That's what I've heard from her. Yeah.
Have you seen her name on the wall?
I mean, there is a Cha-Cha on the wall. I've seen it.
Yeah, but
In any case, I want to have her on sometime.
Fucking
talk to
misinformation
her.
spreading motherfucker.
Hey, man.
That was also
Please
another thing that Danny.
Please change this song.
Yeah, you can change the song. Another thing that that Perry was really good at was he was a little gossip.
He was.
Perry loved.
He was a little Yenta,
loved
bro.
to fucking
He was
gossip,
a little fucking
dude.
Yenta, bro.
He loved to gossip, bro. That shit made him so he was giddy whenever he had a little something to tell or to talk about.
He liked having good, juicy news to share with people, you know.
He always had good news.
I get there's people like that all over the place.
And he liked to update a lot on just what was going on with the people that you knew he knew. You know, it's like
Oh yeah, because I mean he's not gonna tell you about Joe Schmo that you've never met,
right,
or
but
that
it's like
thinks you've never
he
met.
went to so many places to catalog all of that, you know, and to remember that and know what's in your mouth. Why are you holding your mouth like that?
I was just holding this.
Why are you holding the smoke in your mouth? Why are you pretending? Okay, you know what? Let's get fucking real here. Danny, put some pretending to take acid and then getting caught to pretend to take acid.
Going into like a
No. The world deserves to fucking know. God damn it.
What?
Please hold while Danny finds the appropriate song.
Are you actually?
All right. What is your roast of Perry, and then one good thing of Perry?
It was fun to meet a pinball in human form.
Nice. That's clean, simple. I like that.
Yeah.
Pinball in human form.
Yeah.
I like that.
Tiny, little round, bouncing around all the time.
Mm.
Can't stop from moving. Yeah, he was just a little fucking pinball, dude.
A little lesbian pinball.
Little fucking.
I didn't know they made bowling pins.
Didn't know they made their.
Gay. You're fucking gay. Yeah, he did
Little
look like a pinball. Yeah.
Little pinball looking
And you know
motherfucker.
he lost so much
Bouncing around.
weight at the end. You know he
Yeah.
was he lost when I would see him he was a stick and I was like, dude, are you okay? Like, are you okay, man? And he'd be like, all right, brother. All right.
It's honestly like quite impressive that he was able to live for so long. Anyway, because I mean, I felt like he still had a lot of life in him despite all that.
Oh, you know
Like,
that I know it's a joke, but it's like he's gone too soon in the prime of his life.
Yeah.
You know, because that's the thing. As far as Perry was concerned, he wasn't the prime of his fucking life. Sure, he had a lot of dark days, bro. Like, there were some days where he was fucking depressed. Like, and he was out of it. And, like, and you know what? This is my fucking channel. I'll say whatever I want to say. His wife was a bad lady. She didn't take care of him. He took care of her. He took his kid. You know, sure, you're young, right? And, like, it is what it is. We all hate our parents. But it's like, his kid, incredibly unappreciative of the shit that Perry did. Perry used to take out, Perry took out close to $80,000, $90,000 worth of loans to make sure that his wife and his kid had somewhere to live while they were out here in Los Angeles. I don't know who was giving Perry money. I have no idea what bank in their right mind was co-signing these loans.
These insane loans.
These crazy loans that Perry had racked up over the past 30, 40 years. You know, I've taken care of it. But Perry did it. He didn't care. I'd be like, dude, what are you going to do about it? He's like, oh, it doesn't matter. I'm going to be dead anyways by the time they start collecting on the thing. He's like, I'm not going to start paying anything on this until next, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. And I was like Perry used to, and I'm not saying it's great. I'm not saying it's a good thing. But, even Perry's family didn't appreciate family. Was Perry perfect? Who knows? Probably not, right? He used to, whatever. Right? But I'm saying it's like the money that's being raised, the only thing the host did good last night was bring that up. He was like, how the fuck do we know this money is going to go to Perry? Because that's the real honest truth is we don't know. We don't know what's about to happen to all that fucking money. We don't know if Perry's going to end up being fucking stuck at the fucking morgue for the next month, and nobody comes and picks him up. That's the sad reality of the life that Perry lived. Sure, we loved him and he was fucking great, and I'm gonna miss him. But here's the real honest truth: at the end of the day, is they're gonna burn Perry up and they're gonna put him in a box unless his family shows up to get him. And that was after everything he did for his family, after giving his career up, after giving everything. He could have been a game show host in the 80s. He had every possibility to go out and commit himself 100%. Name on the wall. When there were only 100 people in the world who were doing fucking comedy, and Perry was on the fucking wall. And people forget that. And he lost it all. For love, to have a kid, to feel wanted, to feel the hole in his heart. Who knows? Doesn't matter. Who knows? But he gave it all up. He spent 20 years raising another woman's kids, you know, and had his daughter, you know, basically 18 years ago, essentially. Became a father at late age, 60, 50 years old, became a dad. Tried to make a comeback. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. You can't write something like that. I mean, you could, and people would go, that's written, and that's not real. But it's real. Like, a real guy did that. A guy who hit the top of everything we've ever wanted. And then he just gave it all away. We'll never know. We'll never get that chance. I won't get the chance again.
We weren't there in the room with him when he did it.
Not even that. I won't get the chance to ask him.
Also,
We're never going to get the chance to ask him again. We're never going to get the chance to ask your grandparents anything or my grandma anything. I'm never going to get to ask her how anybody in the family met. I'm not going to get to ask any of the stories. We're never going to get that back. You're not going to get that back from your grandma. You're not going to get that back from anybody. From anybody. So it's like, you know, what do you, you know, it's like, I get it. You know, we've talked about it before on this show, dealing with death and dealing with the aftermaths of it, and just kind of, you know, we've adopted as a per contract, a kind of life goes on, c'est la vie, keep it moving, like that is what it is. It is what it is, you know. But I think it's important for me to recognize, especially in 20 years when somebody's looking back at this fucking stupid footage, for when I get hit or when I choke on a fucking donut, you know. Nobody documented himself more than Perry. Nobody had more footage of Perry than Perry. That's why I never worried about something like that. But I think that's why this is so important to me. I think the little things, this tiny little bit of it, the simple acts of rebellion of being able to say, you know, yell at the ocean of information like I was here, even if it was just for 20 minutes, you know, on YouTube or on whatever video it is. It's like I was here. I was here. You know, I was here. That's what he wanted.
As long as those servers run, you'll exist in the ethos.
And it's like, right. So what's the ultimate biological server? It's fucking kids. It's your fucking family.
Yeah,
spreading
your
memory.
biological DNA.
It's spreading that.
It's Coco logic, bro. As long as there's people alive to remember you, you'll never die.
So what happens when nobody's around to remember you? What happens when your family has abandoned you and nobody remembers you and you're at a morgue right now? It's up to guys like us. You know what I'm saying? It's up to the little actions that you do every day that reminds you of your grandma or your bubby or what I think of or what I do for my grandma or for fucking Perry. That's the important thing, you know? Bryan, as you're listening to this, whenever one of the three of us dies first, it's like, those are the things I want to remember at this particular moment, you know, for this particular guy, because it's not going to stop. You know, it's just going to keep going. It's going to keep going, you know. But these are different emotions than I'm feeling for when I felt with Kurt, with my grandma. You know, Perry was special, unique, you know, and it's a shame that we don't get more of an opportunity to tell people that, you know, when they're actually here. So, you know, call your grandparents that are still alive, dude. You know, I don't know. I can't think of anything, right? It's like, but then you wake up the next day, right? And I wake up the next day, and what do? Do I call my grandparents? Do I call my mom? Do I call those old friends and the old people that I know? And no. No, I got up and I just went to the fucking gym and I came fucking back and worked on it. Did I do any of the things? What's wrong with me? Why? Like, what's wrong with that? Isn't there something wrong with that? Isn't that indicative of something? Isn't there a red flag that's flashing right now? Like, as it's all happening? Like, you know, why? You know, does it mean everything, all the lamentation that we put out there, like all of the fake bullshit that were we lying? Are we just faking? Like, is it all just, you know, what stops anybody from staying in bed all day, you know, and doing all that or doing the things that they promised themselves of doing? It's like, you know, what drove a man to give everything up and just keep doing it?
It's the ultimate question. What drives you as a human to keep going?
I feel like Perry led with a lot of honor, you know. He was a very kind and patient person with everybody, and I've never seen anyone say a bad thing about him, you know. And if nothing else, that's kind of like the example of how to live, you know, if that's how the career is what you make of it, you know. felt like he was in more control of his life than most people could be. Like
in that situation.
Sure.
Also, you know, like just in his particular situation.
Yeah. Like and no matter how bad it got, he was still very, very kind and optimistic, and it got very bad for him sometimes. I remember.
He'd be all the time. He'd be like, "Well, I'm alive," you know, just I'm alive. Just the simple mantra of just
being alive another
being
day.
alive.
It must get.
But that's the thing,
must
right?
get
It's like
scary
it
after
must
a
get
while.
scary. It must get so scary. It's got to be the most terrifying thing in the world to get to that point and feel like you have nobody.
I cried so hard when I first realized the concept of death, you know, and it's like, it's such a scary thing. So it's like, for it to be a scary thing that is in the horizon, but it takes forever to happen, it almost becomes like an alert boredom or something. You know?
Yeah.
I can't imagine that.
Like a freaky itch that's always on the back of
But
your
we're going
neck,
to go
right?
through it someday, and I guess
Well,
it's
you
what's-
know, and that brings to mind too for me. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, so what happens when my parents what happens when the real big ones start fucking happening?
I mean, that's what's
Yeah.
next for me, essentially. That's because now my grandmother, she's the last one alive on my mom's side,
And I have plans for her. Look at his fake smoking.
for my grandmother, you would do a thing for my grandmother? No.
Yeah, turn it up. Turn me up. Turn me up. Yeah, I'll tell you what I'll do to your grandma. This is my first dedication to Perry Kurtz.
I don't know if I like this.
What's your grandma's name?
Magola.
You're a fucking liar.
No, yeah, Magdalena, but she goes by Magola.
Nice. All right, lay me down some smooth background R&B vocals, veteran. Magola?
Magola.
All right. Can you just whisper it slowly?
I'm not gonna whisper my grandmother's name.
Oh, sorry. Okay. All right. I'll go. Nice. Hey, Magola. Magola. Te quiero decir. Te amo. Oh, Magola. I thought I told you that I love you. Baby girl. Danny, you should call him more. I'm waiting by the phone.
It's 11 o'clock there right now. She's not gonna be awake.
M stands for Macola. A stands for Acola. G stands for Gola. O stands for Ola. L stands for and A stands for And what's that put together, baby girl? Macola. And then Perry would do something like, "Hey, baby, I know you see."
That Barry White breakdown.
Yeah. I said, "I know you see me dancing over here. The guitar got you feeling funky, mija. Well, let Daddy Chulo come over and pop it open like my suspenders. Magola. Hola. Magola. Come with me. I take you to my house. I dance with you, Magola. I feel your face, Magola. Let's go back home, Magola. I order Uber, Magola. I take you back, yes, hola. I tuck you into bed. We'll do it all over again, Magola. Ooh, a little. He did the chicken. Oh, nice.
That was well done. That was
Barry would be very happy with that, man.
And my grandma is
Your
gonna be
grandma's
very,
gonna love it.
I think we should.
Tell her that Perry wrote that for her.
I'm just gonna show this to her for her next
Vederman
birthday.
did a really
Channel
funny impersonation of Perry. Will you do it? Perry was a notorious. Can I get a hip hop, like a fake hip hop, or no? It doesn't even need to be fake hip hop. In fact, it's even funnier if you put on like a
Maybe-
pop,
Casio
like a
default beat.
yeah, like a
line.
Kelly, yeah, like a default beat type
that's what
thing.
it is.
Hold
like-
on. I got something up here.
So Perry, and again, I strongly
It
encourage
was like
you guys.
dun 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 dun.
I strongly encourage you guys to go and check out Perry Kurtz on YouTube and on Google, especially I think some of the younger comedians in this world, because you're not going to get a chance to meet him or talk to him or get any advice from him.
All you can do is see the old archives.
But all you can
now.
do is just see, that's the sad part about it too, man. Because you'll describe a guy like Perry 1,000 times and maybe 5 people would believe you that he was.
But you
That
know,
is a real existing
I feel
human,
I feel honored that I was part of this exclusive club of people who got to know him. That's what's the cool thing. We're all part of that club, you know? The people that didn't get to know him, too bad, but also nana boo boo. Like, you know, like we lucked out. Like, we're very honorably
You're right.
lucky for this. So it's like I feel good that not everybody knows.
And I'm
know?
gonna pass on everything he taught me.
That's the important.
That's the
thing,
thing that
is
I was
to, like,
ranting
share it
about
in
for
your
a
own.
second. It's
If you
like,
want
I
other
had to
people to
remind
know,
myself.
if you want other people to know, have your art inspire. You know.
Biological servers.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, look at the Grateful Dead. We came back from that amazing experience in Las Vegas when you saw that concert, and it's just like I was so inspired.
Can we talk about that real quick? Can we talk about the Vegas trip real quick?
Barry would want that.
Barry would
Perry.
want that.
Old Barry.
Old Barry.
Oh, hey, Brian.
Fool.
You gonna go and tell me how many whores you knocked up in Vegas?
Yeah, that's
Whoa.
a good one. I used to be a male stripper. In 1978, I used to be a male stripper. You know, and then he'd start doing his little dance.
Tassels.
Can you see why I stopped dancing?
Nipple tassels.
Perry was a gifted improvisational artist. You know, he claimed that he was the only comic who knew how to freestyle. But for you, ladies and gentlemen, right now, I'm gonna summon the ghost of Perry Kurtz so that he can do his improvisational instrumentals.
Spooky.
All right, here we go.
I like it. It's so spooky.
Oh, Perry.
Oh,
Perry. Come to us and lay down some funky tracks. You have to do your Perry impression, you move. That's what's for you, Perry.
Hey, my name is Perry Kurtz. My back, it kinda hurts. I'm here to talk to you today, to tell you all a thing I gotta say. My name is Perry. I'm really happy. That guy over there, he's kinda sappy. This guy next to me, his name is Bryan. I would tell you that, but I'm not lying. This guy right here next to me in the red jersey, his name is Danny. He's sitting there, not in a tree, but he wishes he could be, like a monkey. Oh yeah, hanging out all the time, singing about this funky rhyme, doing up all my funky time while I'm on the mic a dig a dime.
Ghouls and goblins and vampires, ghouls and mummies and vampires.
Perry!
The spooky ookiness, the gookiness. There's a monster mash, and Perry's invited.
Oh yeah. My suspenders kinda rock. It's awkward, but I'll talk about my things that I do, like going to the Liquid Zoo.
Perry Winkle.
It's a mic that I hit, but I wouldn't want to quit. Going there every other
Wanna
single
get
week
through me
to try
locked
and
up,
see if my
Perry
stuff
me
will hit
alive.
them. It's not quite perfect, but I'll never stop working. And all the time I'll rhyme about this nickel and dime. The guys sitting right next to me, they're here, getting heavy. On that great Mary Weenie.
1,000 souls are brought back every night, and Perry was one of them. That was a really good Perry rapping impression. I really felt it. That's literally the snappy. That's a word he used all the time in his raps.
He would
He'd
use
go,
snappy.
and that guy would look really snappy.
Snappy.
And I'd be like, you're a fucking mook.
You just gotta think of the broad rhyme words.
He's so funny, dude. He's so funny, bro. Yeah, man.
Sorry.
Horrible teeth, though. Horrible
Hey,
teeth.
man, he comes from a different time. He's got Austin Powers mouth, man.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, Perry.
Yeah,
So you want to talk about Vegas?
Yeah, let's do a quick Vegas update. Danny, how about you lay down the tracks a little bit on how Vegas was for you? Can you break me up in my headphones?
Yeah.
There you go. Perfect. Thank you.
I thought we had a really good time in Vegas. We had some major ups. We had some major downs.
Paint us a picture. Word picture.
Paint us a
musical word picture.
Renaissance painting of a picture.
24 hours.
Oh, you don't have to sing. You just have to paint us a picture.
Paint us
Well,
a
you said a
picture.
musical picture.
Well, I meant
That's
to
how
the
you were-
background of the music.
I said Renaissance
He
art.
said Renaissance art.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was just a nice trip. We spent a whole 24 hours in the city of sin
Nice. Now you're getting into
on
it.
one particular goal:
The words have to ride the music.
to get Zachary Vederman, the better man, Sanchez Escobar III, to the sphere, where he would see the one, the only Dead and Company, Grateful Dead music happening in the sphere, in the center of the universe for one night only. And me and Bryan were fortunate to tag along in
Danny.
our journey.
Dance with me lyrically. Come on, baby.
Oh, what does that mean?
That means your
lyrically?
words.
I'm
have
not.
to
I'm
paint a
not. I'm not.
picture
I'm not like some sort of
with the music.
snap beat poet.
There we go,
but
baby.
if
Now
you
you're
need me
getting
to
it.
be-
I mean, don't
I
spell
will-
without the snapping.
I'll show it.
There we go with your hands. This is time for your hand work, baby. No, the creepy salad finger hand shit that you be doing. The insane salad finger hand shit that you be doing. This stuff right here. Your crazy Ray
We
Charles.
went to Vegas for a day. Everything was hot this way. It was sweaty. It was cold. Nobody wanted to give us a motel to sleep in.
Nice.
We had a bit of a hiccup. Some communication got mixed up.
Oof.
And what else could I do but say, hey, let's sing the blues of the evil pie. Bros in Vegas. No time to waste this. Life won't last forever.
Fuck. Oh, keep going, bro.
Evil
Fucking
pie
hit it.
was on the horizon. We were shooting up za as cast dice were rolling in the casinos. Slurpees and hoes. You know that.
Nice. Good job, Danny.
Yeah. I'll give you.
You listened to my
give you some
notes and you
snaps.
did a great job. Very nice. We approached Vegas. Headlights on, speeding, but not going too fast. We had a Grateful Dead concert to get to, and who knew if we had anywhere to stay. With our bellies full of tummies and our tummies full of bellies, we decided that why stay somewhere? Why not just stay in the city of sin until Vederman came back after tripping acid, and then we shoot off to the stars, baby. So Vederman, we drop him off. First day of school. Bye-bye, baby. See you when I get back, baby.
Don't talk
And
to
I left-
strangers.
I left
Baby.
them. I walked up the stairs of the Venetian and left them to float about
What's
the Las
this?
Vegas Strip.
Oh, float we
What's
did.
this? What's left in my hand? A pink square, 4 corners. Is it clear? Is it not? Plastic? Organic? What is this?
What is it?
A good time.
Mm.
Into the Chipotle we go. What's this?
The Chipotle combination Pan Express.
It's a very interesting combo.
And
Say it again.
Chipotle, Pan Express, slice of pizza, combination.
Beauty
restaurant.
under the golden arches.
3 different. Oh yeah, they were huge.
I'm blowing Danny's mind with my recollections.
Well, I remember it. I remember it too.
Yeah.
And I remember we just we just had a lot of misadventures, not to include.
We did. A simple line of execution orders put together row after row, one thing after another. Evil Knievel pie. Mardi Gras drinks.
Well, besides the
Kiss,
Fat
golf.
Tuesday,
Fat Tuesday.
we went to the marketplace, to the convention center, to the
Oh, yeah. But did we do that
Shakedown,
before
baby.
we dropped Vederman off for the concert?
That was before. Before and after.
We'll take him back, Danny. Take him back to that point.
So there we are in the wonderful hotel known as the Custody. The Custody? The Custody.
Tuscany.
The Tuscan... The Texas Teas. The Tuscany? The Tuscany.
You got it,
The
baby.
Tuscany. Not a sponsor.
So there we were, the lobby of the Testicles. Going up the stairs to find the floor where they had the Grateful Dead Marketplace. A whole convention center size.
Hey, what's it called? I just
Shakedown
said it.
Street.
Nice.
Yeah.
Shakedown Street.
Hell yeah.
Everybody shopping at Shakedown Street. Shakedown Street. Shakedown Street. Hi, I'm Barry Kurtz. I'm dead now. But before I died, I wanted to go ahead and advocate Shakedown Street.
Shakedown Street.
It's what Jim Weir and the company of Grateful Dead.
Jim Weir.
Jim Weir.
Jim Weir.
Jim Weir.
Bob
Bob Weir.
Bob Weir.
Shakedown Street.
Jerry Garcia
There you
and
go.
John Mayer would have
There you go.
wanted. Shakedown Street has all your wares and what's it to do, from amazing holographic posters to mugs of the classic erase your face logo. It would be amazing.
Steal your face.
Steal your face. I say erase. It rhymes.
Shakedown Street.
They also have shirts, sweaters, hoodies, hats, temporary
big-breasted women
tattoos,
selling them.
earrings, big-breasted women selling them, small-breasted women selling them, big-breasted men selling them, small-breasted men selling them, and so forth.
So many breasts.
All the bears, all the blankets. So come on down to Shakedown Street and tell them Perry sent you. If you do, I bet you they're gonna give you a blowjob in the back.
Perry would say that.
Anyway,
That was very good. No, that was a good update.
yeah. So it was cool.
Flashback to us. Chipotle combination Panda Express. Chipotle.
Flash forward from the
combination-
Tuscany.
Don't forget the pizza.
Flashback to the story. Well, we covered the pizza because we covered it in that first intro where you were like, pizza, and then we talked about the Evil Knievel pizza. So we covered the pizza.
I will say, this trip had its like moments of good and its moments of bad. I was just like so shaken by how many moments of bad we had, but like how as a group we collectively shook our dust off and was like, you know what? We're gonna overcome. We're gonna overcome every obstacle, and every obstacle we did. Sometimes I faltered, sometimes I faltered, and sometimes I faltered. But we always came together as a group, forgiving sometimes me.
Yeah. Where's the music?
I don't know.
I don't know what he's doing.
I'm just saying we don't
I-
have to talk about all the
Danny-
mistakes, but if you want to, we can.
Danny, I don't think. I think you're unnecessarily. Again, I wasn't there for when it was just.
Yeah,
you
what was
two.
going on while we were? You tell us what was going on while you were walking through the sphere.
Oh, I mean, it's to get from the entrance of the Venetian to the sphere. It's like walking an airport. It's like that big. It's like that long of a distance, I would say. That's what I kind of equated it to, and the hallways kind of felt the same. But once you get close enough to it, it becomes like futuristic-y, and you can see it kind of out through the windows leading up to it. You can see it wrapping around into infinity, and then they check you in, and then you go in, and it's that main lobby, and they had all their robots covered up and all their hologram screens covered up and shit, because they cover them up for concerts. I don't know why.
Plus, all
Probably
the
'cause
Dead
it's
fans would just be staring
freaking
at him,
out
like,
on them. Yeah.
"Whoa.
So, which would be cool, but
wish Jerry could see this, man.
I think there were days on the schedule where they had both open, but I assumed they would probably cover them for the concert anyways. Any concert footage I've seen, people have been like, oh, their shit's covered up. And it was when I went, so. Still haven't seen those AI robots. But, it's, And then I was like right there. Walked in, and then I didn't have to go anywhere. The doors went right into the seating I was at, so it was great. It was
Well,
fucking convenient as shit.
At this
But it's
point,
a long ass walk.
No hotel.
Yeah.
Not sure about what we're doing. Vederman's at the concert. And Danny and I have decided to take a little acid. Oh, acid. Acid. A good little time. Creep in your mind. A little acid is a good time. Acid. We get really high. We go into the casino and we walk right by. Now this time, we walk into a bar and there's a man playing piano for a crowd of women. As far as the eye can see, he's hitting it good, playing a little piano. Women are loving it. Drinking toe, Dan and I head towards the first sound with the brightest lights. The Buffalo game.
Of course.
Off to play little slots, I say. Off to make my money, I say. Nice. There you go. Hit me with a little bit of the acid background. 20, 40, 60. At this point, Danny's starting to sweat. His tummy's starting to ache. My belly's starting to feel good. 20, 40, 60. Gone. Right down the drain. Not a single hit. Do I stop? I think not. 20, 40, 60. Gone. Still no pay.
Which casino were you in again? Which one did you guys
We went
go
to Hara's, I think, right next to the Chipotle's.
I think so. Honestly, we weren't far from the Venetian. I think we were either in the Venetian
We're
or
pretty
Treasure
close.
Island because we
basically just
we
walked
were
right
we
up
were
the
at
street.
Treasure
Yeah,
Island for a while.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we came back, and then we were in Hara's. The Buffalo game tried to give us the bonus, and we were like, "We got the bonus!"
Yeah, no, I mean it was really exciting.
And Danny was having the time of his life.
Oh, dude, I was the happiest ever.
Time of his life. Time of his life.
I've never been so happy than
Sounds
to watch you
winning
play.
again?
Watch him
not
play Buffalo.
I was losing. Danny
I
was
was
the enjoyment for
so
Danny.
happy.
Danny just loved to watch
We
me
were having
in rat
such
mode.
a good time.
In rat
We were
mode.
having we were having a good time, right?
I had a great fucking time.
I had an amazing time.
Everything. Look, here
we were both
here,
having a
everything was
really great time.
We went to the craps table. We started playing craps, right? And then when we started winning, and
Yeah.
we didn't know. Danny kept looking at me. He was like, "Oh, you know?" And I was like, "I don't know." And we just kept on throwing and throwing and throwing. It kept going and going. And finally, we were up. Like I put 20, 40, 60 in the Buffalo game, and I was like, "Ah, fuck." So then we go to the craps table, and I start making my money back. And then right when I should cash out, Danny is telling me, Danny's going, "Hey, cash out. Like, you should cash out. Like, we're up." You know, he was like, we made money back. And I was like, nah, let it ride, dog. We kept playing, lost all the money. So Danny starts laughing really, really hard. Ah! And he's like, I can't believe it. I've never seen anybody just lose their money like that. And I'm kind of mad. I'm not really mad. I'm just like kind of mad. Not at Danny, mad at Lady Luck. She opened her legs up just a little, let me
She's
smell,
fickle.
and then just whopped it right back. And that was okay. It was beautiful. It was a warm summer night. I was hanging out with Danny. We were having a really good time. You were having a good time. The acid was kicking in, you know. Acid. And I was happy. You know, I was coming back. Danny kept laughing and laughing. He's like, laughing. Like, oh, man. Yeah, I get it.
I didn't know.
He lost all that money.
Laughs kind of like Axel Foley.
Yes, like an Axel Foley laugh. Fine. So we go back. I need a drink. So we go off to the bar. We're hanging out at the bar. And it's cool, quiet, calm, much like the music here. We're just hanging out. I'm like, hey, can I get some Maker straight up? Whatever this guy wants. Or Danny bought the drinks, actually. Sorry. Danny goes, hey, let me buy you drinks. I'm like, cool. So we go and Danny buys some drinks. Starts laughing. Just laughing. Can't believe it. Pounding on the bar table. Yeah. I'm I'm quiet.
Oh,
Head down.
turned into Popeye.
Head down. Hands on my cups. Just
Your
quiet.
laughter really changes when you're on a trip, huh?
The bartender comes over. He's like, "Are you guys okay?" And I go, "Yeah, I just lost a lot. I just lost money out there." And Danny goes,
Oh no.
I'm like, "Okay, cool." Again,
Oh,
I'm
no.
not having a bad time. I'm starting to get a little concerned because we've hit the 10-minute mark, 15-minute mark, 20-minute mark of Danny's bit, or what I perceive to be 20 minutes. Because here's the honest truth.
I tell you,
I
I've
couldn't
never
tell you if it
laughed
was
harder.
20 minutes or if it was 2 minutes.
I think
That's
it
the
was
honest
like a
truth.
full hour, honestly.
We were sitting there, and Danny could not rolling on the ground, physically on the ground, and
Danny?
and so I'm chill. Bitches are throwing drinks in. Keep looking at the bartender to let him know it's okay. We're good. He's having a good time. I'm okay. Everything okay. Let me get another one. I'm like, okay, Danny, come on. I said, Danny, this is exactly what Vederman told us not to do. He said, don't get in trouble. He said, don't be weird. Don't get in trouble. I was like, we can't get in trouble here, Danny. So we finish our drinks and we cash out and we just walk right out, real calm like, just real quiet. Me and Danny, we just walking. Beautiful, beautiful moment. Beautiful time. Walking back, went back to Treasure Island because that's where we had parked.
Yeah, we parked and we tripped out. We watched more
And we started to peak.
crazy videos.
Really, we were kind of there in that fucking thing there at that point. And I'm glad we sat in the car. It was quiet. Danny starts pulling up all the regular acid trip videos, that you would expect if someone to pull up on you while you're doing acid.
Hell yeah.
Can I
Really
tell you something,
crazy
though?
stuff.
I really loved doing acid with you, and I wanted to
Yeah,
add to
me
that
too,
because
dude.
the last time I did acid, it's
I had a wonderful time.
It's
I really
historic.
did.
I had a really bad trip the first time I did acid, but
Oh.
this is the second time, and it was the best time.
That's awesome.
So,
That's
I
beautiful.
really did have a good time.
I had a
Danny.
good time, and this trip in general was amazing.
Like, I
mean,
wouldn't talk about it if it wasn't a good time. If it had been a bad trip and I was mad about it, I would never bring it up again.
No,
Because I'd be
it
like,
was
that was bad.
It's a beautiful
I had
memory.
a really, really
it's
good
a beautiful
time.
memory.
And like, we went there and we were
Yeah.
in the car. And again, beautiful, beautiful summer night. Like Vegas night. Like hot, but not too hot. Still a little bit of wind coming through. The car was cool because we were in the parking lot. Chill. We sat down. Danny started playing all these insane
I want to see these videos. that
videos.
you
He played one of the
consider.
classic ones where the TV comes alive. The music video where the TV comes
I
alive.
know,
Classic.
yeah.
Everybody's got to
Blockhead,
watch those.
I think.
There was one before that he played that was really, really intricate and really insane. It was like YouTube poop to the max. Like, it was beautiful. It was a work of art. At the end of it, I was just like it was cool. And then at that point, I'd say about that point, Vederman shows up, and he's been released from his prison.
And we got to listen to what Vederman has to say about the show.
I mean, it was an incredible time. Like, I wish I had filmed the whole
Is that
thing.
epidemic?
I wish more than anything I had taken like one of these GoPros in, or like I had a 360 camera and like strapped it to my forehead.
Yeah.
But got as much as I could through my haze.
How was your acid trip?
It was good. I got in. I took it like right before I walked up the stairs.
You
Right?
probably did it right at the same time as me.
Did y'all take it? Well, y'all said you took it.
Well,
at
I
the
almost
restaurant.
didn't take it.
Well, I didn't want to bring that up.
No, I want to be fair.
Exactly.
We've got to talk about it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. You get to tell him, Danny, and protect yourself in the retelling of the story.
I've never told my side of the story before. I've never said my side of the story before. So let me put on. This is not sponsored by Epidemic, but we're using a lot of the Epidemic music library here, so it's amazing. Okay, so here's what happened, right? We go into the combination Panda Express, Chipotle, Slice of Pie pizza restaurant, me and Bryan, after you went off for the concert.
Mhm.
And we get Panda Express because I just got laid off recently. And Panda Express has been kind of a comfort food lately for me because that was the last meal I had before I left my office for good, you know. So I was like happy to have it with Bryan. And after we finished our Panda Express meals, he showed us what we were working with. And he says, I don't know how to split this into two. It's too small. So I said, okay, well, let's use a knife. I said, let's get a plastic knife from Panda Express. So we got a Panda Express plastic knife. We cut it in half. He took his. I took mine. And we were both to pop it into our mouths. Now, this is the second time I've done acid in several years. I didn't know.
This is your second time doing acid within the past couple of years?
Or ever.
Or all
ever,
of
ever,
all time.
Ever.
So within the last couple of years.
Within the last, yeah, I don't know how to phrase that right. That's what I meant, is that I didn't have a good trip last time. It was very terrible. It was maybe one of the most traumatic experiences of my life. Like, it was a very scary day.
Can you talk about it, or do you not?
I can talk about it, but that maybe that's for a different episode. I want to
stay tuned.
I want to have a reason to be invited back, you know, but a
like
little bit jumper
channel.
Kirsten Stewart lead at the end of that movie. Jumper is a great film. Watch it. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I was a little traumatized because the last time I took acid, it was liquid. It fell on the bathroom floor of next stage, and the guy licked it off the floor anyway, and then just gave me a different drop as he was, albeit forcing me to take acid.
I mean, yeah, that's...
So it was a little traumatic. But basically, my tab of acid fell on the floor, and I didn't realize it until I really saw it because I was a little high, you know? So I was just looking at it, and Bryan's like asking me, Danny, hey, Danny, where's your acid, man? You didn't take it, did you? It's on the floor, is it? It's that one right there, is it? I'm like, yeah. He's like, come on, you schlemiesel,
I'm also picturing you guys in like a packed...
Oh, it's not packed at all. Panda Express combination, Chipotle combination, slice of pie, pizza
empty?
restaurant. Maybe only had like 14 people total. It was relatively sparse.
Okay. That's,
Have those people being employees.
that's better than it being full of people and you guys having this interaction.
No, it's fine. But basically, it accidentally fell off my finger, fluttered through the air,
Welcome back, Bryan, to the
touched
chat.
the
Welcome
floor,
back.
and while I was trying to figure out how I was going to take this behind Bryan's back without him knowing that it fell to the floor first, that way he would realize my trauma isn't his problem.
Yeah,
he
told
pretty
me
much-
about-
he
told me a little bit more about that first.
He
experience.
spotted it first and basically said, "Oh, you were gonna go ahead and not do it with me, huh, you punk? Oh, you thought old Bryan TV was losing his antenna. Well,
Tell him.
I'm
Tell him how I
connected
came
to
to you with
something
the fire
greater
of God.
than the World Wide Web. I'm connected to something greater than la raza, fool. I'm connected to my spirit."
Yeah. My third eye
Bryan.
opened, and I was like,
Bryan TV stands for Bryan the Vulture.
I sensed it, dude.
nice.
I sensed it. And you know what? I was standing there, and I was like, okay, Bryan, because I had to hype myself up a little bit, because I was like, well, Vederman's not here, and usually Vederman, especially in Vegas, especially on hallucinogenics, I'm usually like, okay, well, Vederman can handle what he's doing for the most part, and he knows what's going on, and he can drive, and he can handle this. He knows, but Vederman was there, and it was just you and me, which means I was technically in charge of what was going on. So I was really standing there looking at it like, okay, Bryan, like, you know what this means, right? It's like for the next, 10, 12 hours, it's like you're going to be feeling weird. You're going to feel weird, and it's going to feel weird. And you're going to be with Danny, and it's like you gotta prepare yourself when you're tripping with motherfuckers. You got to be like, okay, it's Danny. It's like he's...
It's 3 levels of weird, because you're doing acid, I'm doing acid, and you're hanging out with me.
And our first time hanging out on acid. Exactly. 3 levels of weird.
4.
4 levels of weird.
You don't know what I'm like on acid until now. Now you know what I'm like on acid. So
It's
now
just
it's
you.
reverted to 3.
Yeah,
Me
it's
being
just the
on
most
acid.
base version of
It's
version
just
of
us.
you,
It's,
Danny.
we're the same people. We just don't. In our minds, we're thinking it's something crazy because the acid is kicking and all types of synapses and shit that we don't even understand, bro. Shit that makes you talk to dolphins. But I was standing there looking, and I was like, okay, well, I got this, I can do this. And then I popped it in, and I was like, okay, here we go. And Vederman, when I say I felt there was like something in the corner of my eye, and I saw Danny, and he was looking down for a half second. I'm talking about a half second, dude. Literally like this. Like this. I turned to look at him, and he goes, like, I'm anime level quickness. And I looked at him and I said, Danny.
Danny, what'd you do?
I said, Danny, did you drop that acid? And Danny goes, did he tell you that? Did he tell you that he? Did he tell you that?
Remember what you said in the car when you first told me the story? It was like it's like when your dog when you look and you see your dog.
Have I told you? Oh yeah, we told Vederman the story.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was like if you caught your dog.
Dino makes that face all the time.
And he put his little finger in his mouth, and ladies and gentlemen, he pretended to chew one of his with acid to try and trick me. And you know what?
You can't chew acid.
You can't chew acid. And so, yeah, that's...
You can. But
well, that's how I knew there was something up, because he was chewing the half millicentimeter piece of the other half of the piece of the cube. And I was like, ain't nobody going to chew on that shit like a cow.
No, I can have very precise dentures. I could cut through wood.
But I overlooked it, and I was like, Danny, pick that up right now. Take that fucking motherfucker. So Danny took it, and so we had a great time. Great time. Vederman came back. He sat down with us, recorded a bunch of the footage on his phone.
Yep.
Available on his Instagram. Does no justice. No justice at all.
I mean, again, like sitting in your car and listening to it afterwards, it hasn't sounded better than that. Like,
yeah, I rewatched it and I was like,
listening to it besides being there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, because
we were all peaking or tripping, and like it was like everything was lining up, and your sound system in your car was whomping out.
Oh yeah, it was
when it started shaking, and we were all like,
when you guys were freaking out during the beginning half, and I was like, this isn't even the best fucking part. Like,
it was great.
And I showed you the first half, and I was like, all right, now this is where I really lost my mind. And you were like, this? Oh, God.
I had tears in my eyes.
That
it was
Mickey
that
Hart drum fucking thing, bro.
It was
That
awesome.
Drums in space thing, bro.
It was really that fucking cool, and I was really just.
It was, and I'm kind of happy with how my trip played out. Like, 'cause I took it on the stairs, ran all the way, and then I didn't really feel it during the first half. The first half was probably like 30-ish minutes. And then by the end of it, I was feeling it, and I was really feeling it during that, like, the 25, 30-minute intermission. I was like, ugh. I come back in, it's like 22 minutes left. I'm like, let's go. 22
Do your
minutes.
guys' bladders feel like they get... I just feel like my guts feel like they're... Like, and they just
I think it's just, you know, your guts reacting to the chemicals of the acid itself and trying to break it down inside of your guts. I think
I
that's
farted quite a bit.
that churning.
I farted a lot.
I've noticed that
good
acid,
It's a good
but this
fart. I like
acid
farting.
makes you gassy.
Yeah.
It'll make me burp a bunch, and it'll make me fart a bunch.
Yeah. We were a couple of gassy lassies.
Hey man,
Yeah.
it was my body every time. It's always like I don't know. My tummy always feels fucking nuts when
You know, it
was great. I loved it. I didn't
think just
vomit once.
When it's in there, you're sending your system into overdrive to like process it and get it out of you. So I think, you know, that's the result of like the gassiness is your body is starting to really work shit and move it out. So, you know,
it was great. It was a great time.
it's a good time.
It was a good trip, you know. And then we basically just hightailed it back home.
After we watched the show, rewatched the show for an hour and a half in the car, we went to the Tuscany again.
Yeah.
To go and catch an after party that I had heard about from a wonderful individual I met on Shakedown.
Yeah.
She's like, come back here. There's midnight till 3 a.m. after the show.
And we danced.
And we went, we danced, and, you know,
Danny got his dancing.
the vibe was good. The vibe was all right. There was, you know, it was full of looks.
So many people dancing.
how was that
It was
experience for
electrifying.
you?
Yeah,
I loved it. I am officially a deadhead because if nothing else, I want
One
to go
cover
back
band
and
and it did
dance
it for me.
and see the ladies. Oh, the ladies were sashaying.
And go back with drugs.
Sashaya.
If you go back with drugs next time, dude, and you start walking around and offering shorties bumps and shit, like they're gonna be.
Just don't let the.
I'll make sure to
well
bring
run
my
dry.
Plastic Panda Express knives.
Interesting. And why do you
What's
say
that for?
that? Yeah, to help split the acid in half. Yeah.
Oh boy, that was crazy too. I can't believe I pulled that off. I was like, I don't know how this is working.
I should have told you guys that usually like a good tip is to drop it in like a little bit of a drink and just let the acid kind of. Well, once you've split it,
Jesus.
instead of dropping it on the floor. Like,
Well, he had planned
sometimes
on
what I'll
doing
do is
that
I'll
anyways.
put myself in like a Red Bull and just drink it.
That would have probably been the best way to do it. Just clocked it back or something. But it was great overall. Yeah, the concert was good. You had a good time dancing. You for a second there, you looked. I was a little nervous. We kept watching. We were looking for you to make sure that you were okay. That first half of it, you felt a little. You could tell. You know,
I think it's just a lot to take in because not only is it the psychedelica, but just people of all like walks of life just joining together. I've never seen such a massive like nonpartisan thrill. You know, like it just felt like this is what America is all about, dude. Just having a good time and not causing trouble.
Yeah.
Until you cause trouble, but like in a cool
Just a little
way,
bit
you
of
know.
trouble.
They
There was
played
this
till the
dude that
lights
was
came on.
there was this dude that was
They
shirtless.
played after lights
Who
on.
cares?
That was nuts. They kept turning They turned one set of lights on, and then they turned another set. Like every 5
They
minutes,
did like
kept
3
turning.
encores. It was
They kept-
amazing.
It was great.
And
Oh,
the
yeah,
women
they
were
definitely played.
beautiful.
They were supposed to stop at 3. They definitely played
Oh.
till like 3:10, 3:15. Like they let that last song really ride out.
It was amazing.
was
Such
awesome.
an
I thought the
unforgettable
sound guy was gonna
experience.
just start unplugging shit. It was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
It was great. And Zach was an amazing driver because I drove for half the day and you drove for the other half.
Yeah,
He's
I
a
got us-
natural
I got us
natural
back home,
driver.
man.
Yeah.
We shot right back the next day, and that was.
It's I don't know. You know,
We were gone for a full 24.
it's driving like
we
any
got
other
back
time.
right around the time we left.
Rule 24, baby.
Yeah, honestly, it was literally crazy.
That was awesome.
It was literally crazy that
In
we
and
got
out.
back like the exact time we left.
We should go ahead and say really quickly what was our favorite parts of going to Vegas. Really briefly, then what would we like to do the next time we go to Vegas? Because I want to go back to Vegas sometime.
I want to go back to Vegas.
There's more to do.
Vegas is
A
cool.
weekend. A weekend.
It's a full town, man.
Yeah, it's a full thing.
I don't know about a full weekend. Maybe 2 days.
Favorite part of the thing? Just gambling, man. Gambling's cool. I'm bad at it, but it's fun. Yeah, gambling's
See,
fun.
I don't.
That's you gambling is my favorite part too.
Nice.
That's not how I like to lose my money. When I
I'm-
lose my money, I got other things I could
Yeah,
lose
but
it.
that possibility of winning that money, baby. Yeah.
But
I
what's
guess.
something you want to do the next time?
I'd like to come back and go to Fremont and do the zip line thing.
Yeah, the zip line would be
I think
fun.
that would be something really cool to do.
Yeah. And honestly, like I don't think I've ever like we've gone to Fremont once, twice.
Well, we went the first time.
Not this
technically we did because we were there eating pizza because it's on.
I feel like I've been to Fremont at least twice, and I've never really like.
Yeah.
It's always just a walk Fremont. It's never like maybe stop into a casino, but I
Yeah.
feel like there's a lot.
But it's
of
beautiful. It's beautiful at night, especially all the
yeah.
LED.
They got
and-
cheap rooms there, but it's because it's so loud in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. There'd be fights breaking
It's
out all the
fun.
time.
The Fat Tuesdays, the performers.
Yeah, when we went, there was some insane people, horrifying. People
Oh
on
wow!
Fremont page.
I want to go next time with you guys, so that way I can see how optimistically cool I am.
It is cool. It's a cool. It's a good time. But
I'm cool there. Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. It was good, and you know, I think Perry would have enjoyed going to something like that. I always talked about going to Vegas with them, so it would have been. It was nice to, you know, not that he couldn't go, but we all got to enjoy his home.
All right, so we break
Yeah.
into the crematorium, we steal his
Take
ashes, we
Perry's
take his
ashes.
ashes to Vegas next time we go.
Yeah.
Spread his ashes through Vegas.
I think my favorite part
Spread
of
him at every strip joint.
my favorite part of the trip was just hanging out with you guys, just listening back to the music of Grateful Dead in the car.
That was great.
That was
yeah.
such a cool moment, a cool bonding moment. That
And just crazy. Just
oh yeah, and I mean, like,
Visual awesome
however it
experience.
must have felt for you, I felt at least half of that. Like that was an incredible experience to listen to.
Yeah, it was
them.
cool.
And I could have only imagined the visuals, like in person, like wow.
Yeah, it was great.
There's got to be a good show to go to for the Sphere, if not the
This is
Grateful
great.
Dead.
This
That's-
is great casino.
Casino
11
nice
like
music.
music. That's so funny.
That's what the brain said. That's Bryan, the brains. He's the leader of the intel operation.
Yeah.
And then we got Zach.
It's real simple. We're gonna book a hotel. Then we're not gonna check into the hotel. Whatever happens after.
We're gonna show up the day after our check-in.
And
Zach's the decoy. He'll go to the
Decoy?
show. To the show.
Yeah.
Be a person of interest looking like Jack Harlow
Somebody has to go in
after
there.
a rainy day and distract the paparazzi.
Meanwhile, me and Danny will go underneath into the combination Chipotle Panda Express and dig a hole through the bathroom.
Combination pizza.
With only their sports.
Yeah, with our sword.
And I'm the bustle, Danny Archila.
Yeah.
Because I'm boxing Alec Feinstein, and he's going down
What
like
a plug.
China.
Is that still happening?
It's still happening. More details to come this week.
Oh
Big
boy, what's our
announcement.
time mark?
An hour and a 10.
Oh, that's not bad. That's perfect.
Yeah,
All right,
I think we're good to go.
let's start leading into our goodbyes. Would you like to put on something?
Yeah. Is this okay? This is the Chevy Cruise by Andreas Dahlbeck. Congratulations. You're a featured epidemic artist.
We shouted you out by name.
Yeah.
We track
Congratulations.
you right here on
You
this.
crank me up a little bit.
This,
on
that, and the other.
headphones. Not that thing. There you go. Number 2.
Number 2. Numero dos.
Perfect. Right there.
Okay, I was just really quickly going to say, yeah, that's my favorite part. And then one thing I want to do next time, I want to go to the Mafia Museum. You gotta go to the
yeah.
That'd be cool.
That would be
yeah.
neat.
That'd be awesome.
Mafia Museum.
Yeah. All right, Zach.
Kiss mini golf.
you're-
That's my bucket list.
Yes,
Mini
thing
golf
to
would
do.
I've
be
done
good
that
too.
before. It's great.
Yeah.
We're going to go. All right. Long live Perry.
This motherfucker kicked it in and then said,
I'm just here to say,
Shout out to Perry Kurtz.
No, yeah.
Shout out to Perry
Barry,
Kurtz.
we're always going to miss you. Thank you for being a great comedian, an amazing friend, and a super role model. And we hope to carry on your lessons, as we all do, continuing life in comedy. Zach, what would you like to say?
And
it's hot when it takes trouble.
thanks for the good times, even though they weren't so much the long times. Old Perry Kurtz, you surly old son of a bitch. I hope you're playing that guitar for the gods up in heaven. Playing that sweet, sweet melodic music and improvising the nasty features of all them dirty, skanky angels. God bless you, Perry Kurtz. God bless America. Bryan, what you got to say about me?
Take it home,
I
Bryan.
mean, that was beautifully said. Yeah, man. That's good stuff, you know?
Come on.
That's good stuff. I don't know, Perry. I don't know, man. I'll see you.
See you.
I'll see you eventually. And I'm gonna get my name on that wall, dog. I'm gonna make sure that they put it right there, right above your name, so that you know, just so they know I was here too.
Hell yeah.
All right.
And we love you,
I love you, Perry.
and we miss you, buddy. And we'll see you on the other side. My name's Bryan TV. That's Zach the Audio Maniac. That's Danny the Vanilla Gorilla. Archila. Remember to love each other, stay safe, and dream the dream of 1,000 dreams. Love you, buddy. Love you guys. Love you, Perry. See you soon.
Hopefully you'll see this version or maybe an updated version. You can find me at perryfunny.com. I came up with Perry Funny because nobody remembers my name. So I say, yeah, I'm at Perry Funny. And they go, Perry Funny. Oh, like very funny. Get back in your cage. So, to get out of here, you basically go to the corner, make a left or right. That's me knowing. Thank you all for being here. Take care of yourselves and never give up. Dream on.